fulfils what that vision you've got for what would be?
Well, it's a good, real positive first step, to be honest. We played a quality opposition and played some good footy.
What did you like most about it?
I thought it was, again, we knew and expected it was going to be a contest, and that's always the case in finals footy, and I thought our guys were up for the contest. I thought their pressure around the ball was high class. I think we did a lot of little things right tonight.
The injury to Brodie Smith, the players didn't seem to get fazed by it. They just kept on going on. Is that something that was pleasing for you?
Yeah, look, it's always an unknown when your player goes down, and clearly after Brodie went down, we had to make a couple of little minor adjustments around our personnel. And clearly at half-time they were aware that it was probably likely pretty serious for Brodie, and just seeing him now in the rooms, he's clearly pretty shattered, and we're shattered for him because it's he's put a lot of energy and heart and soul into the season, and looks like it's going to be over for him, which is really disappointing for everyone involved. But to the players' credit, they, as you say, they kept on with the job at hand, and but clearly were feeling for Brodie, and they showed that after the game.
There was a lot to like about you tonight, but was there one thing that stood out for you?
No, I just think it was, again, I think from a contest viewpoint, I've been talking about it all season, is our ability to execute in the contest and be strong in that space. And I thought overall, we did that. We probably had a couple of lapses. I think at the start of the third quarter, our pressure dropped away a little bit, and to GW's credit, they were able to create some opportunities and score some goals. But for the majority of the night, I felt like we maintained pressure on the ball, which was always going to make it hard for an opposition. So that was probably the key thing for me.
John, how much does it get rid of that notion there was earlier in the year, no Sloane, no Crows?
Oh, well, that's others' opinion. We've always said we want to be an even contribution footy team, and we don't rely on one individual. We've had a number of games this year. We've had key personnel missing and out, and again, the midfield would say that that's a bit of a slap in the face to them, that they can't get the job done with Rory not playing, and it was credit to them tonight. They came in with the right attitude and the right approach, and produced a really strong performance without Rory, and we get Rory back in a couple of weeks, which will bolster that group as well.
Was the Sloane decision for tonight a marginal decision, Don, or was it pretty clear?
It became pretty clear towards the end, to be honest. It was, his 9 days was always going to be tight, and he was pretty optimistic to start with. But the closer we got to the game, he was sort of chasing his tail a little bit. Now, if we played on Sunday, then maybe it's a different story, but we didn't. We played on Thursday night. So, and the recommendation from the medical people, the doctors and the surgeons, was clearly that it was a higher risk than we're prepared to take. And so, we just made the smart decision.
Does the match reaffirm how much ground the Crouch brothers have made this year?
Yeah, I think those guys, plus also a number of other guys on our list as well. In terms of, we spoke at the start of the year about the growth of all of our players, and we're keen for them to continue to evolve as players, and obviously the Crouchers have done that, and they were really solid again tonight. But there's a host of other players. I mean, Riley Knight came in and played his role really well. Charlie Cameron's pressure was fantastic around the ball. Rory Atkins, all of our guys had their moments, and that's the key to playing and winning finals is you've got an even contribution, and that's why we've been strong on it all season. And that's what allowed us to get a result tonight.
And another week off, Don, what's the plan there? I mean, it's an unusual circumstance.
Yeah, so we'll assess our program and look at what's going to be best to get ready for, obviously a game in probably over 2 weeks now, given we played on a Thursday night. So we've got a few ideas. We'll bounce them around the next, it's hard to do too much pre-planning when you come into a game, but we'll bounce them around the next 24 hours. And I think we've just got to find a balance between training on and probably letting the players almost freshen for a little bit and get ready to go again, because if we keep training, we can end up getting sort of just stale, because they'll be looking forward to the next game. We want to make sure that if we need to give them a break, we give them a break, and then we get ready to go again and make sure we train with the right intensity and the right method to ensure that in 2 weeks' time we come out and we're cherry ripe ready to go. That's something we'll discuss at more length probably tonight and tomorrow.
John, it's pretty emotional at the end with Sam Jacobs. Can you give us an insight as to how those moments unfolded on the field? What sort of emotions you were feeling when you went to him? Yeah,
look, it's never easy when a player's dealing with a tragedy in his family and the loss of his brother. And as I said yesterday, Sam was pretty adamant he wanted to play. It was always going to be difficult, to be honest, for Sam, and that's credit to him that he was able to come in and perform the way he did under those circumstances. But such was his commitment to being a professional player, and also his commitment to the team, that he didn't want to let them down. And you could see that afterwards, each player and coaching staff were super proud of Sam and what he was able to do tonight. But at the same time, sad for Sam as well. There's the tragedy of life is you lose people, and he's lost his brother, and tonight's result, as happy as we all are, we're still sad in our hearts for Sam.
So we're just back on the breakdown. Is it a problem or a bonus? Problem or benefit?
It depends which way you look at it. We see it as now it's the reality. We don't make the draw. The draw says that you win the first week, you're going to get a preliminary final at home, which will take every day of the week. And we've had the great benefit tonight. We've got a home stadium that's full with 52,500 screaming mad Crows fans for us, which is fantastic. And we'll get that again in 2 weeks' time. So we'll just program. We'll plan around it. We'll make sure that we're organised in terms of the best way we think it is to prepare our players for that opportunity in 2 weeks.
Don, just after the national anthem tonight, it seemed that yourself and the entire playing group almost in a Power Rangers stance were looking at the Giants staring across. Was there any reason behind that?
No, not particularly.
Don, you've been associated with a lot of very good sides. Have you known a side to be closer than what this team is?
Look, again, it's one of the components, I think, when you read and you look at other sides and their connection they have between the players, it's an important component because they're the guys out there doing it. They're the ones that have to trust in each other. They have to follow each other's leads, and so I guess we're pretty strong on those relationships being important, not only between player to player, but between coach and coach and coach and player. Because ultimately, in the times where you're challenged, it's important that they have a bond together that actually allows them to not only play together, but to feel together. And sometimes that's a nice benefit to have. And our group's been through something really unique, and obviously the passing of the previous coach and Phil Walsh has provided some challenge for them. It's like an unprecedented event, and these guys have gone through that. And often loss is an opportunity for growth, and so they've got something unique as a group, and it's good to be able to work with that because the guys now have a sense of each other, and you can see that tonight with both Sauce and with Brodie, that there's a real genuine care for each other.
John, is it one of the best examples you've seen from your players of when they deny the opposition space and time to run in front of them, just what can be achieved on the turnover?
Look, it's on reflection, you're sort of looking at the game as a whole, and that's one component of it. And we want to, as I've said all along, we want to be a side which is strong at, around the contest. We want to be a side that's strong at defending the ball, and then ultimately, if we get our opportunity with the ball, our ball movement and our method of moving it can cause some problems for the opposition. But it's never a question of which comes first. Clearly, we've got to win it. If we don't, we've got to try and get it off them, and that's how we prioritise things.
Prepared for the hype? Do you try and shut that out a bit, or how do you approach what's going to be a pretty mad footy town for the next couple of weeks?
No, it is what it is. I mean, we've won a final, we've made it into a home prelim final. We've got a great opportunity. We're not going to shy away from that. The reality is the guys have worked very hard to get to that, and tonight was a good example of that. So we're not going to shy away from it. We'll accept it for what it is, and we'll prepare and get ready to perform and get another opportunity in 2 weeks' time to take another step. And ultimately, this time of year, there's going to be only one team that's going to be truly happy, and we want that to be us. But we know we've got to keep working, we've got to keep improving to give ourselves the very best opportunity. And there's, tonight just moves us one step closer, but there's still work to be done.
You're more excited?
What's that?
You're more excited than you were yesterday?
I'd rather be sitting here with a win under the belt than not. So, I was excited for the players tonight. They put a lot of effort into that, which it's great when you put the effort in and you work really hard and you get a result. And that just makes me proud of them. They're the guys who do it. Really it's about them and what they're able to achieve as a group, and so I'm happy for them.
Jack Kelly picked up what looked like to be a pretty serious cork. Is he all right? Is he?
I think he's fine. I know he got a bit of a bump, but he seemed to play on and run it out, so he should be fine. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.